red-blooded Americans eating some big old red meat, I hope you're doing good. Shout out to anybody who is eating double the meat every single day to make sure that a vegan out there isn't making a difference. Backyard Butchers is guaranteed American meat. You can't be too sure these days. Most of the meat that's in our grocery stores isn't even American. Just because it's packaged here does not mean it's a product of the USA. So this right here can relieve your mind. Backyardbutchers.com/buddy. You're going to get 20% off your entire order. Go to the link below. Top of the morning, y'all. Make sure that when you subscribe, you hit that bell button. Otherwise, they're going to be hiding my videos from now until Election Day. They do it every single election cycle, and we see it. So hit that bell, and you won't miss nothing. All right. They say that history repeats itself, right? But liberals think that anyone who owns U.S. history books is a right-wing supremacist, don't they? Hell, history books to liberals are like poison ivy to a redneck. We can't have it up in our yard. So we got an election coming up. In theory, if it actually happens, I just want to tell y'all, I've done a bunch of studying for this video. It's going to be almost identical to 1968. Now, I sure as hell wasn't here. I wasn't even born yet, but a lot of y'all were, and we're going to get into the similarities. It's going to blow your freaking mind. It all starts with the college campus protest. We're seeing it all over Columbia University. Guess where it also started back in 1968? Columbia freaking University. They actually barricaded themselves into Hamilton Hall, just like the same place, Hamilton Hall. In 2024, they actually had to take the cops and go make tunnels underground because they dug themselves in there for over a week. So back in 1968, these college protests were actually worse. And as you're seeing these protests going across the nation now are about as stable as Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's child-raising skills. Now, I never want to say the word red wave whatsoever, but I do think that we could have a red White House simply because of this. The president back in 1968 was Lyndon B. Johnson, and he had just hit a term low of 36% approval rating. And he didn't even seek re-election, y'all. He was like, I know I'm screwed. I'm out of here. See, everyone in 68 was watching the U.S. get deeper and deeper into the Vietnam War, and we wanted out of there. Sound familiar? The Vietnam War was about like today's Russia and Ukraine. It was about as popular as Whoopi Goldberg at a monster truck rally. If you can get the picture, God forbid that ever happens. So LBJ was at 36%. Let's fast forward to today. Joe Biden is sitting at 38%, which, by the way, whoever the 38% of Americans are that still support Joe Biden and everything he's doing, you need to wake up and look in the mirror every single morning and smack what you see. So here's the parallels, y'all. Instead of plummeting from the Vietnam disapproval, Biden has now sunk himself because what did he do in 2020? He went around telling everybody Trump is going to get us into World War III. Who was it that got us into World War III, starting now and creating wars all over the dadgum place? Now, for those of y'all who remember and who were there back in 1968, y'all know exactly what's going to happen next. In walks Richard Nixon, calm and cool like he's Burt freaking Reynolds on a late night show. Nixon walks in saying, we are running this campaign on ending the war. Everyone celebrates like they just won the high school football championship. We're happy, and Nixon wins. Now, here's what I want to tell y'all. Do y'all know that there's currently over 75 organizations planning to protest the Democratic National Convention? These are people who were about to vote blue. Now they're pissed at Biden. It's getting as awkward for Biden as your ex showing up for Thanksgiving dinner. Everybody's looking around saying this ain't good. Richard Nixon ran his campaign on law and order and ending the war, and he won. Just the same program that Trump is running now from 1968 to 2024, my friends. It's really interesting. Of course, LBJ didn't let in 22 million illegals back in 68 to have them vote for him. There weren't lasers coming out of the freaking sky creating wildfires that are unprecedented we'd never seen before. Did I say lasers? I meant natural disasters. I meant natural disasters. That's why I was wearing my Smokey Bear shirt today. But there weren't UFOs. They were actually being more subtle back in 1968, not showing up too much. You see a flying saucer every now and then, but now we're seeing like every single day that we see some posted all over the world somewhere. UFOs, I think, are about to make their big entrance, y'all. But every day they protest. They're just helping Trump to win. Not to mention, remember that famous quote from Joe Biden? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Well, black Americans have all looked around the last 4 years and said, you have given our slice of the pie to the illegals. Blacks are yesterday's news to Biden because he ain't after their vote anymore. He's after the illegal vote. What I'm saying is blacks may not vote red, but they sure as hell ain't gonna sit there for 3 hours in line. We are back in 1968, my friends, and I would say that the Vietnam of yesterday is today's Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas. Joe Biden is about as cooked as a hamburger at 215 degrees, if you ask me. God bless y'all. Be good.